different platforms. Here, Danny Nadelko, just really excited to be here with you with this topic today. Usually I do a Monday of health and beauty talk. Today we're a bit delayed, been traveling and doing different things, but here we are. So we're going to talk about today on blood sugar, weight loss, and collagen, which is what some people call the beauty triangle. So now, as you're joining, please let me know where's that you're connecting from. Here on different platforms, I see some of you, my friends from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and different places. It is great to have you here. And as you're joining, please let me know where's that you're connecting from. It's exciting to see you here. But let me tell you something. Uh, there's something that most people don't realize, and that is that you can spend thousands of dollars or euros or whatever you want to just put it on your own currency, but if your blood sugar is unstable, your skin, your weight, your aging will always be fighting you. And that is the connection that we all need to be aware of. And there are many different things you can do, from supplements, from good eating habits, from having a great active life and things like that. But blood sugar, it's our beauty switch, yes. And every time our blood sugar spikes from sugar, white carbs, stress, even poor sleep, alcohol and things like that, our body releases insulin. So insulin actually does three things in our body, and it's good that we have insulin because that way we regulate everything when we eat. Even if we eat healthy, we still have insulin. But there is something about the imbalance of insulin when we're not eating properly and having sugar spikes, and that is insulin can do three things that are not really good for you or me, and that is storing fat, blocking fat burning, and damaging collagen through a process called glycation. Now, I want to tell you one thing. That means, in other words, if we have sugar spikes and we have a lot of things, in our body that are not, in our best interest, like I was telling you, like a lot of sweets, desserts, ice cream, things packed with sugar, high fructose syrup, and things like that, our bodies actually have, more. The propensity to store more belly fat and to have more cravings. But not only that, we have more wrinkles, have more sagging and things like that. But also, another thing, whenever our blood sugar is spiked or whenever we have an insulin spike, because of all of those foods I just told you about, people always say, you know what, I just cannot lose weight, or I can't just advance on my health goals. I cannot just have a definition body, a defined body. Whenever you're working out and you're trying to lift weights and you're trying to look your best, and it is not because there's something wrong with you, but it's sometimes connected with this thing, which is insulin and sugar in our blood. So it's not just our age, it's not just the blood sugar thing, but it is, the insulin. Now, the second thing, weight loss is a hormonal game. Yes, it's not just calories, because a lot of us keep on counting calories, but people think that weight loss is about eating less, but it's not the truth. It's about having a good balance of insulin. And when our blood sugar is stable, our body burns fat easier. We can see that we don't have as many cravings. Our energy stays consistent. We don't need, those little pushes from caffeine and things like that. Our mood stays consistent, because when our sugar is out of balance, everything's connected, from mood, from emotions, from storing more belly fat, and so on and so forth. So now the third part I want to mention, and that's one of the things that I love, it is collagen. Collagen is the beauty that we're losing every single day. Yes, as we age, we are losing the ability to produce proper amounts of collagen. So, high blood sugar literally caramelizes our collagen. It's like sugar burning in a pan. That's how it is. So, what does it do? It damages the skin elasticity, the firmness. It also gets rid of the glow in our face. So we can be taking collagen, but if or just the best creams, the best treatments, the best injectables, the best whatever, but if our blood sugar is high or is spiked, or it has your eating high glycemic foods, which is as I was telling you, ice creams and things like that, sodas, alcohol, and things that are not good for our bodies, our body will not be working properly, and we're gonna be breaking down those things like collagen and everything that we put on our face, or anything that you're trying to do when it comes down to weight loss. It's literally a waste of time. Now, number four, the power move that we can do is to balance and build. Yes. And as you know, some of you who are watching on NH Global, and some of you who are watching on my private Facebook page, or on my private TikTok, there are some things that we have within our company which can help you. You can also find it on your own if you want to, but collagen is really good. It's really good that you have it and that you take it. But you know what? A great diet, a great way for you to actually lose weight, activating your GLP-1 and really staying your best. That is really calculating your macros, and not only calculating your macros, but staying faithful and consistent throughout the entire day, even when we're traveling, even when we are going from one place to another one, from one time zone to another one, or if you're a mom, if you're busy and you have kids and you have to be cooking, you have to be everywhere. You need to take them to soccer, you need to take them to ballet, and all of those things, and life gets busy, and sometimes there's not enough time for you to have a healthy meal. Yet there is a solution. There are things and there are ways that we can do with our daily life, and still be true to our goals, especially when it comes down to losing weight and to have a prolonged longevity. So thank you so much for being here. Type it here in the chat if you're connecting live. Type number one, type number two if you're connecting on a replay. So as I was telling you, the power move is this. This is the power move. And I want to close with this. This is where magic happens. You need to work with your body, not against your own body. You need to work with your habits, not against your habits, because it's very hard for people to actually come and say, you know what, I'm going to lose, I don't know, 10, 20 kilos or pounds or whatever you want to lose. And from the day to the night, you expect to lose weight, but you know what? You have habits, you have things you do. You don't sleep, at the same time all the time. You don't eat, the same food all the time, because you're not at home 100% of the time. And sometimes you have cravings. Sometimes you have, social events. You have things at work, at the office. Well, you need to work with yourself. You need to work with what you have, not against you. Because whenever you understand this power move, everything changes. Number one, we need to understand what our actually likes are. What do you like eating? What do you like doing? What's your habits? When do you go to sleep? At what time do you actually eat? At what time do you actually don't like to eat? Do you fast? Do you take breakfast? Do you not take breakfast? All of those things. Plus, you need to know your macros, which is exactly tailor, created and catered to you. You need to have a way. And yes, we do have that. So if you want to know more about that, you can message me. We have an amazing thing that we could actually share with you. And thank you for those of you who are here. Happy birthday to Sherry. There's many people here on the chat. But you need to know, number one, your habits, the foods that you like, the things that you do. Number two, you need to know your macros. If you do not know what that is, you can go to Google, ChatGPT, to X, wherever you want to go, and just type what is the concept of macros. You need to know that. You need to know then how much protein you need, how much carbs do you need, how much this you need. And sometimes there are people like me, we are very sensitive to sugar spikes. I that's the reason why I'm passionate about these topics. And you need to really exactly know what foods are good and not good for you. Now, the third part is you need to stabilize your sugar. And the fourth part, support your fat metabolism. And the last one, you need high quality collagen. High quality collagen. That's what you need. You and I need those things for us to have a really great sugar stability in our life. Now, all of this could be like, well, we then need a lot of things. Yeah, but you know what? It's more expensive. It's more expensive to be buying drugs to lose weight, to be buying different things to fix your health. It's better if you now, today, just not now, but like today, start or decide to take good care of you. And you know what? That doesn't take a lot. Actually, it's just a commitment with yourself, because you can create fat loss, you can create a glowing skin, you can create better focus, youthful energy. You can actually have your body in a position where it can take a massive amounts of stress, because we don't know when or how at work we're gonna be bombarded with stress, with a lot of work or things to do. Then we go back to our families after work, and there's things to do as well. So you need to have your body at the top of the game, because otherwise, you know what? You can have all the money in the world, you can have all the time in the world, you can have all the beautiful things, but if you don't have health at the end of the line, it's very, very hard to enjoy life. Now, this is not just about weight loss, it is about a total transformation. And you know what? There is things that you can do, and I can show you within these videos and things, very, very simple things you can do. And how is that? It's very simple, powerful, and effective. I'm going to give you a quick recipe so you can apply it today. Start your day with protein, with healthy fats. This is the best thing you could do. If you are having a day where you're going to have a lot of work, I recommend that you take some healthy snack before you even have a breakfast, for you to have a solid and not spiked sugar level in your blood for the entire day. I usually start with some nuts. I do a lot of hydration, water, vitamin C, and I take, ginseng. I take, enhance, which is great drops as well. But healthy fats are great. And then protein. This is what I do. And usually I see my blood sugar, completely, regulated throughout the day. So now, number two, avoid sugar spikes, especially alone on an empty stomach. What is those things? Croissants, bread, cookies, anything that has sugar, even a banana on an empty stomach, that's very, very strange, but it can mess you up. You ask any person that is a diabetic, and this is this is like the number one fruit they cannot have. So number three, move your body. Even 20 minutes, even 10 minutes after you eat, even after breakfast, go for a walk, or just go up and down the stairs if you can't go anywhere. Or at work, if you have a place where you can go up and down the stairs or go for a little walk, go. Number four, support your system with the right nutrients. That's why it's so important to have a support where you know what your macros are and somebody to keep you accountable. And number five, add collagen daily for skin, joints, and beauty from within, because collagen is great for controlling our blood sugar, and also for having a stability whenever we're trying to lose weight. So I'm going to leave you with this. Thank you so much for being here. But to wrap it up, if you protect your collagen, you will kind of like control how you age. Yes, because once you have your metabolic age, which is how your body is inside, the age of your body, not your chronological age, plus you have healthy aging, which is slowly with grace, you will not only last for longer. And by the way, this is not giving you any medical advice. I'm not diagnosing you, treating you, or curing you with anything, or promising you you're going to get better. Nothing such. But what I can guarantee you is that if we follow a healthy diet, if we consult with our medical professionals, and we are taking good supplements, we're going to do way better than if we're not. Okay. So thank you so much here for being here. Share this information. It might be helpful for somebody. And if you want to know more about these things that we have to support the GLP-1 naturally, please let me know, because I can help you and I can set you up with that. It's incredible. It's amazing. But do take your collagen, whichever you have. We have an amazing collagen in our company, which I personally designed, which is great. And if you want to know more, I can also set you up with those things. So have a good one, and we'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.